Hey, what's up? Ricky Beard here. Welcome back to the 2025-2026 HARDTYPE MOD Coach Mode Challenge. And we are in week 4. It's going to be the Green Bay Packers at 2-1, at the Dallas Cowboys 3-0. But we're also going to take a look at the rankings, of which you can see that the Green Bay Packers are 9th in the NFL in passing. However, on the defensive side of the ball, the Cowboys have the #1 total defense in the NFL, #2 pass defense, and the #4 rushing defense. But regardless, it should be a tough contest, especially considering this is Micah Parsons' first game in Dallas this year, playing for the opposing team. Without any further ado, let's get down to the game. Regular season, 4th week. Here's the coin toss. The Packers are going to win this toss. And I would assume they were going to return, and they do. Which, again, is good because the Cowboys would have kicked off anyway. So this is Aubrey to get things going. And we are underway here in Dallas as Nixon is going to take this ball from his own 7-yard line and out to about the 20-yard line. And that's where the Packers will begin their first drive. So out of the gun, Packers go straight to the passing game. Not a good, oh no, Love puts the ball on the ground. It's recovered by Kenneth Murray. Touchdown, Cowboys. Horrible start for Green Bay. Pending the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So Aubrey again to kick off. Not quite a minute gone in the first quarter. Nixon making guys miss, but finally brought down, and we'll see if Green Bay keeps this ball in the air, considering they do have the 9th-ranked passing offense, and they do. And Love, lots of guys open, throws out of bounds. With lots of motion, rolling out is Love, throwing near side and out of bounds again. So the Cowboys hoping to get the Packers off the field, and they read the play. Here's the blitz, and it's going to be incomplete. That's going to bring up a 4th down. The Cowboys are off to a good start. There's the punt by Whelan. Sorry, I got distracted for a little bit there. Looking at make sure the recording software was going. And this is Prescott with a straight drop. He's got CeeDee Lamb wide open and overthrown. CeeDee can't bring it in on the diving catch. We'll see if the Cowboys go to the ground game. They've been pretty effective with that, but the Packers read it. And that's Micah Parsons saying, "What's up, Dak Prescott?" Giving him a nice, friendly handshake in the way of a sack, and Prescott going over the middle, and they're not going to get anywhere near first down, so the Cowboys will punt. Reed back to return the punt. He's out to the 20, and that's where the Cowboys will bring him down. The Packers will begin their 3rd drive with 1:22 left in the first. Cowboys read the play again, all over Jacobs, nowhere to go. He's going to lose 2 yards. The Packers go back to the gun. Love throws high, incomplete. Does not look sharp today at all. 3rd and 12. Love with a straight drop, takes off running, and Kenneth Murray is all over the place again today. Another sack. That's another 2-yard loss, and the Packers are going to punt again. Turpin making a lot of Packers miss. He's finally brought down at about the 43-yard line, and the Cowboys will take over with pretty good field position from there. So out of the gun with way too much time. Prescott finds Lamb, and Lamb with lots of room to run, and he's down to the Green Bay 30. First down, Cowboys. That's going to take us into the second quarter. And finally, we see some ground game. This is Javonte Williams. And another Cowboys first down. Cowboys like to go to the ground game here a lot, and they do again. Williams making the Packers miss all over the place. Touchdown, Cowboys. So here's the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. Aubrey to kick off again. Cowboys are in great shape, leading by 2 touchdowns. Now, if they can get another good defensive stop here, maybe even score again, just think, they're going to get the ball back at the half. So the toss to Jacobs. He's got a blocker and more room. He'll gain about 9 yards on the play. So with Jordan Love not looking so great in the air, they once again go back to Jacobs. Breaks a tackle. Still going out to the 35-yard line. First down, Green Bay. Love dropping back. Cowboys read the play. Big rollout. Quarterback sack. That's the safety, Donovan Wilson. That'll bring up a big 2nd and 22. Lots of yards to recover here. So out of the gun, guys in his face, he goes to the check down and incomplete. 3rd and 22 coming up. 3:09 to play in the second quarter. Straight drop, Love, man in his face, and it's incomplete. Green Bay can't get anything going offensively, and they're going to be forced to punt again. Active day for Whalen. He sends this ball deep into Cowboys territory. And once again, Turpin making guys miss out past the 40. Brought down at about the 43-yard line. So we'll see if the Cowboys go the bread and butter play here. They always like to start off with this shotgun. And Green Bay's got it covered up pretty well. Prescott, near side, nearly picked off as well, going to George Pickens. And out of the gun, Prescott. Rather, the Packers read the play and blow it up. Prescott throws an incomplete pass, batted down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. Packers once again read the play, and Dak goes over the middle. Can't haul it in. 4th and 10 coming up. Cowboys will punt. There's a good punt by Brian Anger. Right at the goal line and brought down immediately. You can't get better coverage than that. So out of the gun. Jordan Love tries to take off, run, and he somehow breaks out of it. Unbelievable play. That's golden. No one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Packers. Can you believe that? Jordan Love, looking like he was going to be sacked, somehow gets out of it and throws an enormous pass down the field to a wide-open Matthew Golden, and we've got ourselves a game. So McManus to kick off. Not going to be a lot of time left. It's Turpin still on his feet, doing the best he can. 19 seconds on the clock, or at least remaining in the half. Cowboys going to the gun. Clock ticking fast, and Prescott will keep this, and that's going to do it for the first half. So Cowboys lead 14-7 going into halftime. Javonte Williams, 29 carries on the ground. Josh Jacobs, 19. Prescott, not very impressive at all. 38 yards. However, only completing 14% of his passes. One big one for 75 yards and a touchdown, Jordan Love. CeeDee Lamb, 1 catch, 28 yards, and Matthew Golden, there it is, the one grab, 75 yards, and that'll do it for the half. So Cowboys getting the ball back. Start the third quarter here. This is Turpin from his own 3-yard line. Bringing it out past the 20, out to the 22-yard line, give or take. And it is the 22-yard line, so this is Prescott looking to throw the ball, and it's incomplete, bringing up a 2nd and 10. Cowboys effective on the ground. We'll see if they go back to it. And they do. This is Williams making some guys miss, and manageable 3rd and 5 coming up. So on 3rd and 5, Prescott, straight drop. Throws high side and incomplete, and the Cowboys are going to be forced to punt early in the 3rd quarter. It's not worked to their advantage. So we'll see if Green Bay can capitalize off of this. Beautiful punt by Brian Anger. Not great punt coverage this time as he brings it out past the 30-yard line and just shy of the 35, and that's where the Packers will start their first drive of the second half. So Jordan Love out of the gun. Cowboys read it again. That's Deron Bland and another Cowboys sack. 2nd and 20 coming up. That appears to be the formula. You can get the Packers behind the chains as they hand off to Jacobs. He's making guys miss and unbelievably gets all of it back and a whole lot more. First down, Green Bay. So now in Cowboys territory, the give is to Jacobs. And again, lots of running, breaking tackles, and down to the 20-yard line. Looks like he might be just inside of it. You can say that Green Bay is well within the red zone here. And they're threatening to strike again. So going back to the air game, Jordan Love is a guy underneath. That's golden. Touchdown, Packers. And we are going to be tied pending the extra point here in Dallas. Here's the snap, the hold, and the kick is up. And it's good. 14 all. We got ourselves a tight ball game. McManus on the kickoff from the 3-yard line. This is Turpin. Stood up at about the 14-yard line and brought down right there. And so the Cowboys will take over. Trying to get something going on the ground because the passing game has completely stalled. Nothing doing on first down. But they go back to the air game. Prescott holding. He's got Jake Ferguson and a Cowboys first down. We'll see if they stay with the air game or if they go back to the ground. Cowboys go back to the ground, and it doesn't do well as they lose 3 yards on the play. Only 34 seconds remaining in the third. Prescott, plenty of guys open, but decides to run unnecessarily, and he gains about a yard. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 12. Not a good decision at all by Dak Prescott. So staying with the gun. Tons of Cowboys open. He's got a man. CeeDee Lamb, and he's got a Cowboys first down, and he fumbles the ball. Green Bay takes over, recovering it, and the Cowboys are in trouble heading into the fourth. So with lots of motion, Love rolling out, throwing wide open. Once again, that's Golden with a huge day. Cowboys won't catch him. Packers take the lead, 20-14. There's the kick, and it is good. Packers lead by a touchdown. So 4:33 to play. Nice kick down to the 1-yard line. Turpin with an even better return gets it out past the 20. And we'll see how the Cowboys handle it from here. First adversity all season. They keep the ball in the air, and somehow Jalen Tolbert comes up with that. Did not look like he was going to catch that ball. In fact, it looked like it was going to be an interception. So Prescott out of the gun, man in his face, goes near side, and George Pickens makes his first catch of the game with lots of really good coverage all over him. So with 3:18, Cowboys trailing, and the ground game has nothing going as once again, Javonte Williams will lose 2 yards on the carry. Cowboys go 4 wide. Coverage is good. Prescott holding. Throws near side. That's Ferguson. And another Cowboys first down. Now 2:37 to play. Dallas in Green Bay territory. They go back to the ground, and Williams this time will gain about 4 yards. Cowboys elect to keep it on the ground again. And Williams loses more yardage. So Dallas is going to go back to the passing game, and great coverage by Green Bay. Prescott throwing in coverage, and once again, Jake Ferguson there to bail him out. First down, Cowboys. So on first down, this is Williams. He's only going to gain about 3, and Dallas awfully close to scoring here, but at some point, the running game not going well. You got to throw the ball, and there is CeeDee Lamb. Incomplete, 3rd and 7 coming up. Prescott, straight drop, lots of guys open. This is CeeDee Lamb, and that's going to be a touchdown, Cowboys, but there's a lot of time left here in the 4th quarter. So long as the extra point isn't missed, we may be looking at overtime. There's the snap, hold, and the kick is good, and we're all tied up late in the 4th. Aubrey with a beautiful kick. We're under a minute to play. Nice return by Nixon. That's going to take a ton of time off the clock. Cowboys looking to play pass defense all the way here. Here's the give to Jacobs, who's been awfully effective on the ground. He's going to be short of the first down as they measure it. That's going to bring up a 2nd down, and Green Bay will use their first timeout. Cowboys looking to keep everything in front of them. And there's a big rollout. Once again, that's Jacobs breaking tackles. He's not going to get there. We're going to have ourselves an overtime here in Dallas. Coin toss is won by the Packers. They elect to return naturally. In this version of Tecmo Super Bowl, first team to score wins. These are not the current 2025-2026 rules. So Green Bay will take this from their own 1-yard line. Cowboys defense has been very shaky to say the least. And Green Bay, quite honestly, has them on their toes. Cowboys looking to play pass defense, and Green Bay goes to the ground game. This is Jacobs. He's going to gain about 8 yards on the play. But Dallas refuses to play any run defense, and here goes Brandon Jacobs into Cowboys territory. That is a huge run, breaking tackles inside the 20. And that's probably going to do it, as the Packers are going to try to set up the game-winning field goal right here. Here's the snap, the hold. Kick is up. And it is good. That's going to do it. Packers win 24-21. Dallas could not get anything going on the ground, as you can see there. Javonte Williams, 9 carries, 32 yards. Josh Jacobs with a huge day. 8 carries, 130 yards. Prescott, 131 in the air, and Jordan Love, after a very bad start, bounces back with 164 yards. Jake Ferguson leads all Cowboys receivers with 51 in the air, and Matthew Golden with an enormous day, 138 yards in the air. That's going to do it from Dallas. Green Bay sneaks in. Micah Parsons gets the win. The Green Bay Packers get the win, and the Cowboys take their first loss of the year. They fall to 3-1. So I've gone ahead and simulated the remaining games in week 4. We'll take a look at the standings here. You have the Patriots at 4-0, Bills at 3-1. You have the Bengals at 3-1 and the Ravens at 3-1. Tight race in the AFC North. Over in the AFC South, an even tighter race between the Texans, Colts, and Titans, all at 2-2. Then in the AFC West, knotted up, that's the Chargers and Chiefs at 2-2. In the NFC West, San Francisco on the heels of the Los Angeles Rams, who are 4-0. Unbelievably, the Carolina Panthers lead the NFC South at 2-2. And over in the NFC North, the Vikings are 4-0, and the Packers now moved to 3-1. And the Cowboys are now tied in the NFC East with the Washington Commanders at 3-1. So we'll now take a look at the team rankings and find out just how far the Cowboys fell after being the #1 defense in the NFL. Now they've fallen all the way to number 9, giving up a ton of yardage on the ground and in the air, rightfully so. Over on the offensive side of the ball, the Packers now move up to 5th in the NFL. As far as NFL leaders go, we're just going to cover yards. There's your passing leaders so far through 4 weeks, your top 10 anyway. There's your top 6 in catches and your top 10 receivers in yardage. And here are your top 6 rushing leaders so far through 4 weeks. And that's going to do it. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.